Hello to all my friends out there. So this is Famines, What We Know. Okay, the 4 on the top I just did a video on, and these can be used for food substitutes. We know there's been a breach in the soy because of the rain, and we know there's been a breach in the barley. And so what's happening is the pork and the beef were drowned, so we're finding soy and barley or vegetable products, probably lentils too, in our meat supply. So they're mixing that up, and they're probably going to charge us the same amount for these vegetable products as the meat. Nothing goes down, you guys. So this is what we know has happened. We know, it's getting in the food, in the meat food as a meat substitute. And if you look on the packages, you'll see soy, but some of the soy was destroyed. And who is the soy eaters? The Chinese. I think they're already in our food source. Okay, so those 4 items are meat substitutes. The soy and the barley is diminished a bit. You can use these 4 items as a little bit of a replacement for meat. Okay, number 1, potato famine. Okay, all kinds of people died, especially in Ireland during the potato famine. And guess what? There's record cold in Ireland. Okay, so we know in the past, we know there's been potato famines. So you want to stockpile potatoes. What is that place? Save a Lot, I think. I think that's it. It has those big bags. No, Grocery Outlet. No, that's not it. Anyway, there are places you can buy huge bags of potatoes, but what I do is I stockpile instant potatoes. What started this is when I went to, to donate some of my potatoes. Also, remember, if you go through your food and if you have stuff you're not going to eat or you don't want, now is a good time to give it to pantries. For some reason, towards the end of the year, people are always in bad shape. So, and I looked in that bin and I thought, wow, if you don't have any food, that'd be bad. If you can scrounge up if you have potatoes, if you have rice, if you have sweet potatoes, and you can scrounge up some sausage, sausage might go up. You better stockpile your freezer. And you have some gravy. The other night I made bacon gravy, and I think it was bread. I don't remember. Okay, now in the Bible, there's mention made of the Israelites going to try to conquer the land of milk and honey. Okay, why milk is the perfect food is because there is milk, sugar, lactose, and fat. And then honey can be interchanged for sugar. Not going to be good if you don't have any sugar, but if you have honey, or one of the followers, you guys read those comments, made mention of biscuits with molasses. And that is good, don't forget that. Or pancakes and molasses. Okay, so in the Bible, they were trying to get to the land of milk and honey. This was like nirvana, okay. Okay, now in the Bible, when there was a shortage, it was barley and wheat. I didn't put that. Don't forget wheat, because you can't have bread without wheat. Oil and wine, and I put / grape stuff. So in the Bible, it was documented, we know that during famines, there was not enough barley, oil, and wine / grapes. That is documented. A lot of people consider the Bible as historic, and a lot of us say it is actually the written form of God. So when God says barley, wheat, oil, and wine, some of us go, better stockpile. Now, during the next 3 are meat, sugar, and oil. During the Depression, my grandmother told me there was not enough meat. So, you know, that might be unavoidable. It happened once, maybe 100 years ago, but in the history of humanity, that is not long. Sugar. Okay, TJ Preps said sugar was high, the big bags. So I will be stockpiling some of those big bags of sugar. And then oil. I stockpile shortening generally. I find it's cheaper and it goes further. I don't get the big ones. I get the, you know, just the regular tubs, Walmart or Aldi's. But while it's cheap, get shortening, because if you don't, the store brand shortening is up as of now around $6. Also a good thing to stockpile would be lard, but that is a pig fat. So who knows what's going to happen with that. Another thing is the pork, all of it could become totally contaminated. And don't think, like years ago they used to tell us, oh yeah, animal disease is host specific, otherwise humans won't get it. No, I don't think so. Viral is viral. Okay, now don't ever forget this story. And I know if you've been following me, you are sick to death of hearing it. A Mormon lady, and I'm very upset about the Mormons that were slaughtered. I can't imagine why they have to shoot children in the back or shoot them like target practice. That is, you know, that is ridiculous. Furthermore, I'm not 100% sure the cartel did it. And historically, the Mormons were killed so that someone could steal their livestock, their barns. I'd be looking into seeing who's in there, you know, looking to steal their food. I hope they take the food with them. I hope they leave, and I hope they burn everything to the ground. But a Mormon lady, a polygamist, went to Mexico. And you might be saying, well, that's what they get for being polygamous. Well, really? Well, is that what you get for being an adulterer? Or is that what you get for, you know, whatever you're doing? No, that is unspeakable. Okay, now back to the lady. She was a girl. She was no lady. She went to Mexico, and, you know, she married a polygamist, and she had a daughter. And there wasn't enough money for food, so her husband came to America to try and work. And while he was gone, an old man came up to her and said, "Ma'am, your daughter is starving." And he gave her, don't ever forget this, a bag of beans, a bag of rice, and told her to plant, and he gave her vegetables, and he told her to plant a garden. I was watching the farmer videos, and one of the things he was saying is people have to be self-sustaining. We have to learn how to plant gardens. So I was doing very good there for a while, and you know, now my garden is, my strawberry plant is no longer living because I didn't water it. Okay, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I was not a good steward to my strawberry plant, and I'm sorry about it, but you know, it's too late now. But I'm gonna buy another one at Walmart, damn it. Okay, a bag of beans, a bag of rice, and some vegetables, and told her to plant a garden. And they did survive, not easily. When I think about what those polygamists go through, and I think of somebody slaughtering their innocent kids, I mean, it just pisses me off. Okay, on to page number 2. I've been in my car all day. My car home. I live in my home. Okay, now, I ran into a woman in McDonald's, and it's crazy how this happens. And we started chatting, and she said, if you don't want to run out of food, buy chicken, rice, and beans. Pile your freezer full of chicken when it's on sale, rice, and beans. Any kind of beans. You know, beans are beans. I would stock my freezer full of bacon ends. Oh, by the way, I was looking at bacon ends today. Don't buy fatty bacon ends. No, get the ones with meat. I don't want my followers suffering. And make yourself a little pan of beans. Okay, if you don't have any meat, You can put a little pat of butter or margarine or olive oil. Any kind of meat, sausage, spam, whatever meat you can get. Don't ever forget that lady from McDonald's. I feel it was one of the God moments I ran into her. Okay, now, I knew this woman, and she was running out of food, and she ran out of bread, fruit, and vegetables. Don't forget margarine. Just put a couple of those in your freezer. She ran out of bread, fruit, and vegetables, and I gave her all the lists where to go to get the free food, and here we are, months, years. She has never gone once. She was going 11 days without food that time. Don't ever forget her, you guys. If you need food, if you're embarrassed, put on your sunglasses and go to the food pantries, go to food banks, get welfare food stamps. If you apply for food stamps, so make sure you don't have a single penny in the bank anywhere. I know someone, I mean, she was literally starving, but she had $30 in the bank, and you know, she was not approved. And then it was discovered that that $30, she was saving that because she was in literal fear of starvation. Also, I knew a girl who came out here, and she had joined the Navy because back home in the South, she was literally starving. I said, well, protect your job with your life. And she goes, oh, don't worry, I was actually starving. I was a waitress, and I was actually starving. So when you see people working, don't assume that they're so well off. Okay, now, my friend, that's supposed to be fruit juice, yogurt, and eggs. I know for a fact she didn't have any fruit juice. I went to get her some yogurt and eggs at Dollar Tree, and they didn't have any. Fruit juice, yogurt, and eggs. Okay, now this is buy 60 eggs. That was a comment from Henzo, and that was a darn good comment. So you buy 60 eggs at the beginning of the month. Better go to Aldi's where they're really dirt cheap when they're dirt cheap, and buy 60, and you won't be going without food. Okay, Vienna sausages. This comment came from Mr. Charles. Hi, Mr. Charles. Glad you're doing better. I hope you guys got Lyme. Read those comments. I might miss one. I try not to. Anyway, if you put your Vienna sausage in your top ramen, that is a pretty good little meal. If you have some bread, if you make some homemade bread. So, these are the things we know about famines, and these are the things we want to include in our stockpile. And you might be going, well, why do you keep hammering over and over on this? Well, what happens is when the videos feed through, especially mine, like I have like 4,000 videos, as you can well understand if you've been following me. I can't find my own stuff, and you don't know which video is going to find the person who really, really needs it. So, and also on the comments, look and see if the people have channels, because that's how I found a lot of the people I follow. Only in My Dreams had a good video on prepping. TJ Preps, of course. Sid Off the Grid, Jan from New York City Saves Money, Life with Mike, Life with Patty, and I know I'm forgetting a whole bunch of people. Sorry about that. I would watch Mike Morales. That's the weather channel. So, okay, you guys, please like, comment, and subscribe, and God bless you all. Uh-oh, my phone won't turn off.